Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Riley and today we'll be flipping through another custom bullet journal. So if you don't already know, I make a bunch of bullet journals and sell them on Etsy. People can totally customize their order, choose their themes, their different layouts, all those kinds of things. And so this particular journal is a full year, full doodle journal, but it does have some unique elements that I've never really tried before. So this customer asked for a bunch of really unique weekly trackers that I've never really included in a journal. And they also asked for some quarterly pages between groups of 3 months. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It was definitely a new experience for me and I would love to hear what you guys think about it. As usual, don't forget to let me know in the comments which theme from this journal you like the best. So let's just jump right in and flip through this bullet journal. So here's the journal that we're flipping through today. It's one of my favorites from Artist Loft as usual, but it's this sort of light brown linen one with little orange flecks. I'm not sure if you can see them on the camera, but I really, really love them. So here's the little sort of name page that I include in all of my journals. This one is going out to Vicky. So Vicky, thank you so much for letting me be a part of your bullet journal journey. And if you guys are interested to see how Vicky uses this journal, I will have her Instagram linked in the description of this video. So after the name page, I've got just some yearly pages, and I decided to go with this really soft blue and sort of burnt orange theme since she mentioned that she really liked the orange bookmark that this journal has. So I decided to kind of use that orange as part of the yearly theme. So 2021 title, a little quote. Then we've got our future log. So this is a 12-month journal, but it starts in April of 2021 and goes until March of 2022. So that's reflected in the future log here. Next, she's got a goals section. So personal goals, professional goals, other goals, and then I left a spot for action steps as well. And this page here is the first of her quarterly spreads. So this is kind of like a future log from what I understand, but basically she wanted them spread throughout the journal. So between every 3 months, there's a page like this that kind of leaves space to lay out events and ideas for the next 3 months. So after June, you'll see another page like this. So I left one empty space and then we jump into the first theme, which was birds. So she requested a birds theme. I've done a theme like this before, but I used really, really muted colors. So this time I decided to use some brighter colors and see how it turned out. So we've got the title page and the calendar, and then we get into her weekly layout. So it's a short week to start. But here we have the normal week with the days of the week on this side and then all the other things on this side. And I'll talk more about this stuff in a later month. Now, sticking with sort of the birds theme, for the next month she requested feathers. So I did these little pink and purple feathers with a matching font, and I used some of that craft paper that I actually got out of a shoe. So this is the May title page. You probably can't tell, but I did do some really light gray, kind of swirls to make it look as though the wind was blowing these feathers around. So all of her months follow the same structure. They've got a title page and then just a little quote over here. And then we've got a large calendar with a spot for notes along the side. So here's June. June is one of my favorite months. I think June, November, and January are my top 3 for sure. So June is one. I've done sort of a similar thing before when I made a bullet journal for my sister, so I'll link that video up above. But this one I did use a slightly different color palette and I really like sort of the pastel look. Then we've got her calendar and then her weekly spreads. So she's got a lot going on in these weeklies. Basically, she's got a little tasks list over here, and then she has a spot to plan out meals for the next week. So she likes to plan 2 breakfasts, 2 lunch, and 6 dinners, and then she goes out for 1 dinner. And then down here, she's got a spot to track other habits like flossing, her Fitbit, all those kinds of things down here. And then these circles over here are for her to track her water consumption. So her goal is to drink 7 bottles, cups, whatever, of water every single day. And so each day has 7 spots so that she can fill those in as she drinks her water. So as I mentioned, now that we made it to the end of June, we've got another one of these quarterly pages so that she can lay out some of her plans for July until September. So here's her July theme. She requested some fireworks, so I did them in yellow, orange, and red. Those just seemed like fireworks colors, and I used my favorite yellow over here to make the calendar. So August is her birthday month, so she asked for just some kind of birthday theme. So I decided to do some balloons this time. I used my blending brush to color these, as you can probably tell, and just made some random designs, kind of like the ones I would make when I do like jellyfish or something like that, and then just left a little happy birthday note over here. And we've got some more balloons at the bottom here in the notes section. Now, another unique thing about her journal is that she asked for some pages specific to her work that would be right in the middle of the journal so that the journal would just lay flat with them open. So there are 6 pages like this, sort of 3 spreads with these same headings that she's going to use for her work. And I put those right between August and September because that ended up being the middle of this journal. So here's September. I did a sort of art print with all of these different fall leaves and then just pasted some brown craft paper on top. So here's October, and I had lots of fun making this little title for October. Again, I was playing around with my blending brush and blending from kind of a reddish pinkish purple down to a more blue purple and playing around with silhouettes as well. So she wanted sort of a Halloween cat theme, and I decided to just work some bats in with that as well. And here's her calendar with all the different shades of purple for the different calendar rows, and again, a little cat with its back arched for the doodle. Now, like I said, November is one of my favorite themes. I just love it because it's like so gentle, you know, like the color palette is so gentle. This really warm green, some light peach, not even sure if it'll show up on camera, it's so light, and this little fox. I've never really drawn like woodland style creatures before, but she asked for a woodland creatures theme for November, and so I figured I'd give it a try, and I think this little fox was a big hit. I also tried a hedgehog here, which I have done before, and I like how the hedgehog looks as well. I even included him on the weekly, as just kind of peeking up from the bottom. So for December, she asked for a Christmas theme, so I took this just plain pine tree theme that I've done in the past and just added some little tiny red dots to look sort of like Christmas lights or ornaments or something like that. Brought in some more craft paper and added sparkles that are supposed to kind of replicate like snow to make just a really soft Christmas winter themed spread. Then she's got her calendar with some more of those little trees in the corner, and this green has been one of my favorite colors lately. It's almost gray, but it is green, and I really, really love it. I used it in my January setup, and I just keep coming back to it. Next we have January, and like I said, January is definitely up there in my top 3 themes in this journal. So I did kind of like a hanging clouds with stars and moons, and I saw a sort of similar theme on Claudia Joseph's channel, so I will link her channel as well. But her channel, it was just like blue clouds, yellow stars. I decided to kind of keep the blue and gray going and add some little snowmen. Since she just asked for a generic winter theme, I decided to kind of add the clouds element to it. And I also like the font that I used here, just a really simple all caps font with no outline or anything. Then we've got the calendar with the different grays and blues and a little spot for notes. And I really like how the doodles turned out on this one too. Just very delicate doodles on the top. So for February, she just asked for a hearts theme. So I decided to do a little jar of hearts over here and then a little sort of love letter over here for the quote. These were just really simple designs that incorporated hearts without just being straight up hearts all over the page. And again, we've got our calendar, and the notes box here is another one of those little love letters. And the final month in this journal is March, and she requested a watercolor theme for March. So I had to do the watercolor on separate paper because these pages don't hold up particularly well with watercolor. So I just used some watercolor paper and made a little watercolor print as I've done. I did it in my December setup and in some of my pen pals. So if you want to know how I did it, I will link one of those videos above. But basically I just used these blue and pink markers to make this little watercolor print that I incorporated throughout the month. So unlike most of the custom journals that I make, this one actually doesn't just end with the monthly pages. She asked for a few different pages to come after the year, and so she asked for a little books to read page and movies to watch. And this page I really like. It's a 101 things to do, so I left 101 lines for her and then just kind of filled the gap, again with this burnt orange and soft blue, just patterns like I did at the beginning of the journal to keep all of the yearly spreads really cohesive. And the final yearly spread that she has at the back here is her recipes to try spread, and she filled this journal right up. All that's left is the test pages at the back. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed flipping through another bullet journal. Again, don't forget to let me know in the comments which month is your favorite, and I will see you guys in the next video.